great conversation too.
Yeah, we did. I met a lot of cool ass people there. I got to see my friend perform, so
Yeah,
that was cool.
trip songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. Can you tell the people what you do and how you got started and everything?
Like everything. Like I model. I'm an artist of like hella different mediums. Like I've been drawing since I was a little ass kid. I started painting. I would say I started painting like for real within the last couple of years, but I've been drawing like with graphite and charcoal for hella long, and I started modeling in 2020. Yeah, like at the end of 2020. So I just, overall, I'm a creative and I'm an artist, and I really just try to expand that any way that I can.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Spiritually inclined.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. It's so funny today. I actually just submitted my application to go back to school for art.
Okay.
So I'm hella excited about that because I've been sitting on it and meditating on it for hella long, and now it's finally happening. So
that's dope.
I feel like I had to like go through some shit after I graduated high school and get to this point where I'm like, now I'm actually wanting to, get serious about what I want the rest of my life to look like.
Yeah. We're definitely at that time.
Yeah. Because everyone's like, oh, you're so young, you have time. But I'm like, not really, because I'll be damned if I wake up, and I'm not one of those people that think that 30's old. 30's not old. But I don't want to wake up and be like, I don't want to wake up and be like 50 and I didn't like do shit with my life.
Definitely.
Like, I'm like, I want to do things different for myself so that I can have a better future. Like, I feel like because of trauma, I kind of just been floating through life and dissociating to survive it. But I'm like, no, like, I want to actually like live and shit, And I think that's what was scary for me because I didn't really make plans for myself. Like when I got out of high school.
I think nobody did for real.
Yeah, but
the very 10%.
Yeah, at least some people or majority of people, they're like, I'll go to college or I have this type of, but I was like, I didn't really want to go to college because my mindset around it was different. But now, because of the type of woman that I'm trying to grow into, I'm like, yeah, no, I want to have that academic validation for myself.
Definitely.
So I'm like, I'm ready to make that step. And then just for me though, because I can see myself after I get a degree and just be like, I did that shit, but I did it for me. Like, damn, like I actually, like teenage me would be like, damn, bitch, like you actually went and got your degree.
That's
so
dope.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's in something that I enjoy. Like, I'm never gonna get tired of art, Like, I'm a creative.
You're pretty dope. I think your page.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, but it's like, I'm such a perfectionist. I'm like, I want to expand my artistry. I want to really, I just want to get good at like all the different mediums, like painting, drawing, like the type of things I can paint, draw, like just art history, like all that, because I'm like, especially if I get my degree, I'm like, you can open a gallery without a degree, but it's like, I have that knowledge, so I'm just like, I could be a curator, like I can really expand as an artist if I go that route, and I'm starting to see that now, like, damn. So
and art is definitely taking off in Sacramento right now.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of great artists in Sacramento.
Oh my God, the energy, like when it comes to artists, is so fucking dope. Like, it's really shifting, and I feel like a lot of the artists who are up and coming now, within the next 5 to 10 years, like, it's gonna be some dope shit. Like, I can't wait to see, and that's why I really try to support people's art, like their music, in any way that I can, especially me being a fellow creative too. But I'm just like, I can see this person or that person really making it, and really,
definitely.
Yeah, so it's like, I feel that energy, like, with the different artists coming up, like, and it just makes me excited and it inspires me to keep creating too.
That's dope.
Yeah.
The whole concept, man.
Yeah.
A lot of times right now, it's when you get that energy and you just get that creative bug.
Yeah.
And all you want to do is just help other people.
Yeah.
Instead of create.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I've been going through that lately. I've just been like, hey, let me help you, but not like intentionally. It's just been like, hey, I need help with this without me saying anything. I just help.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Life path number 6.
Ooh. I'm 4.
Okay.
Life path number 4. And for a long time, it didn't really resonate with me, but I think that was like limiting beliefs that I had about myself. Because, you know, number 4, spiritually altogether, whether it's your life path or just angel number, even in the decks, like 4 talks about like foundation, family, you could talk about stability, and then specifically with life path number 4, it talks about like organization, hard work, but it didn't resonate with me before because you know, everybody, especially when you've been through trauma, you have like, not self-doubt, that's not the right word, but like self-limiting beliefs. So,
yeah,
you know, so I was like, I don't see myself as a hardworking person. But once I, you know, I did my shadow work, did some healing, I was like, actually, I am hardworking, you know, and then that kind of started to make sense to me. And then even just like, and it's just so crazy, we can get so deep into numerology, like,
yeah, we can,
yeah, like it's a whole rabbit hole. It like, even I remember I was on the phone with my friend, and it's just so crazy how when you think about society, or especially like with Black people, we're always kind of deemed as, you know, like we have our stereotypes of, you know, like we're stupid, we're ghetto, we're ratchet,
sure, all
that other shit. But most of the time, like the Black people who are labeled as stupid by especially by the school system, it's very like it's the opposite, you know, like most of us, you know, we might have ADHD or like autism, but like we're smart as fuck. So it's like knowing that, and then like talking to like my friends and stuff who have these neurodivergencies, and we can understand, like we might have not done the best in school, but when you hit us like with some spiritual shit or like some quantum physics shit, like we get it. And I was talking to my friend about numerology, and you know, about like the Matrix and stuff like that, and you know, with the actual movie, you know how it was like the number sequences and stuff like that, like do you know what I'm talking about?
A little bit.
Yeah, so we were kind of talking about that a little bit, but we were talking about how, you know, we're in the Matrix right now, right? But I'm trying to figure out how to word it.
For the people
I know.
At home.
Oh my god, I know. Like, fuck. I'm trying to like explain it in a way to where people who are like new to spirituality, or you know, they haven't gone deep into those concepts, like understand like what I'm saying.
Right.
I try to tell myself like ease into it. I'm like, fuck, I'm so sorry. I'm like,
but some people watching like keep going.
Yeah,
keep
like
going.
I know what you're talking about.
Right.
You know, but basically where I was going with that is back to like the numerology thing. Everything is made up of numbers. Like everything is numbers.
Facts.
You know, like even like when you see, especially when you're on your spiritual journey, you know, you see the angel numbers, you know your life path number, even with the tarot cards, like all that shit is made up of numbers. And it's like, I could go way deeper with it, but
I can add some things, but I don't want to confuse people.
I know, like, fuck. It
but
can get deep. It can. But that's the thing, like when you tap, especially when you tap into like your third eye and your chakras and stuff like that. And that's why I was telling you, like, I'm not drinking and I'm not smoking right now. Because I'm really trying to, like, clear my shit. Because these past, like, 6 months, like, well, first of all, I really, like, these past couple years, like, I've been drinking and smoking and just not, like, taking care of myself the way that I want to.
Right.
You know, so I've been slowly like making lifestyle adjustments. It takes a minute. You know, so I've really been trying to reach a new level of enlightenment so that, you know, and
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
definitely.
like, because, you know, I'm at the point where I feel like for me, like, weed clouds me.
Facts.
It clouds me, and it clouds my thinking. It clouds just like, I notice I don't really have actual peace. Like when I smoke, like maybe in the moment when I'm high, but when the high is gone, like I feel so out of touch from reality. I feel very like anxious, depressed, like again, like how I was talking about me floating. Like I just feel like I'm floating through life. I'm not really in the present moment.
Right.
Like I'm just on autopilot. I'm in survival mode. Like it fucks with my chakras. Like the same thing with alcohol, you know. So I'm like, I'm really trying to just really clear my shit, you know, on an energetic level.
Yeah, you make definitely sense. Like I literally just came back from a 4-day cleanse.
Yeah.
Well, like 3-4 days ago.
Yeah.
And you know, after the cleanse, you know, the first day was like, oh shit, and the second day, you start picking up things that you didn't notice before.
Yeah.
Just like how you talk to people, confidence, and just actually like pronouncing words like clearer.
Yeah.
Versus just being slumped out and like, what's up, bro?
Yeah, exactly. Like, and just how you come across to people.
True.
You know, and I know for me, when I, like, especially the places that I want to get in life, I have to clean my shit up.
I just had this conversation with somebody. I swear.
Really?
I just
oh my
had
God.
this conversation. I told him, like, you don't see billionaires smoking weed all the damn time.
No, or even just like
they doing too much shit during the day. They probably do it at night.
Yeah, maybe if they do it at all.
Or even some more drugs, because you know people be under stress. Sometimes you gotta cope with something. Everybody got a vice. I learned that.
But you know what? I was watching, and I think I mentioned this at the party. I be telling everybody to watch that Jay Shetty podcast, but the episode with Big Sean.
I think I've seen that before.
Yeah. Did you watch? There's 2 parts. Did you watch both of them?
I don't know.
So I know. Honestly, I like.
No, that wasn't it. I was watching. That was Joey Badass on The Therapist.
Oh, got you.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, because Big Sean was talking about, like, when it comes to getting high, there's other ways that you can experience being high without, like, doing drugs or smoking weed. Like, there's, especially with meditation, and I've experienced that before, especially because I do yoga. So when I do yoga, it's kind of like when people run and they get runner's high. It's kind of like that, but with yoga. And yoga high, nobody fucking talks about it.
Damn.
But once you reach a yoga high, you really, like, weed doesn't hit the same anymore. It doesn't. So when you find that thing that works for you, like, because even, like, being high off life, you know, and I know that gets hard when you become an adult. Like,
when I work out, I just, like, love to be in the gym.
Yeah.
I've been in there for hours.
You just have to find different ways. Because I've reached levels of inner peace and enlightenment before, but then I'd always fuck it up because I'd start smoking and drinking again. And that's what would always fuck it up. It wouldn't be, like, I remember I would have a regimen where I would meditate. I would meditate when I'd wake up in the morning, and I'd meditate right before I went to sleep, and I would journal. Like, I have some shadow work prompts that I would do, and I would do one once a day, meditate twice a day, and mind you, I'm still, like, eating like shit, like, you know, nothing externally had changed, but I was cleaning myself up spiritually and energetically, and I felt so much peace to where my external did start to change. Like, I'd wake up and I'd actually feel rested. I wasn't depressed. I wasn't anxious. But every time I would start drinking or smoking again, and not because, like, I'm trying to cover something up, like, inside, or I'm sad, so I'm going to drink. Like, it might just even be a social outing, you know? But then I noticed every time I would do it, I would get back to that place of being depressed or having negative thoughts, you know? So that's why. And then when you do, like I said, experience those other ways of getting high, and you stop the weed and the alcohol, like, and whatever other drugs, like it enlightens you. It does. And that's how you really achieve like
greatness.
Inner peace. Yeah. It's a momentum that you have to keep going.
I know I need to.
And no pressure, like when you're ready, like you will.
Yeah. After that 4-day cleanse was really like last week, you know.
Yeah.
Not doing it when the moon started, but I just done it on the same day, and then I just felt like, you know, just trying to open up a little bit.
Yeah.
And it did, but you know, I felt like I could have kept going, but I had it in my presence, and it relaxed me.
Yeah.
I need an ashtray right now. That's why I ain't smoking. But,
got you. Yeah, no, and I feel you when it comes to. I feel like weed has helped me when it came to my physical health, because I have fibromyalgia. So yeah, so it does help with physical pain. Like I'm never gonna be anti-weed. Like I'm always gonna be like a pothead at heart, but I know it's not serving me anymore. But at the same time, like there are definitely benefits, you know. So if people don't, I don't think everybody should just like stop smoking.
Nah, it's hard to cold turkey. A lot of people probably go crazy.
Yeah, you know, and it's you know, I had a harder time with alcohol, like stopping alcohol, than I did weed.
Yeah, weed don't bother me. Alcohol is pretty cool though. I can stop that.
Yeah, now I can because I'm like it don't. I'm the type of person like I'll do something for a while and then I'm just like it's not like I'm not really fucking with it no more. Like I get tired of it. So now I'm kind of like, and then I'm also the type of person I'm not really like a club person anymore. Okay. Like I'm a lot more mellow than I used to be. Like I go to bed early. Like
I'm trying to start that.
Yeah, I go to bed early. Like I don't really. If I go out, it's like during the day. Like. And it's on some real like chill shit.
Homie vibes.
Yeah, like I'll go to like my friend had an art show, like
pretty dope.
Yeah, I'll do stuff like that. So I take myself out on dates like during the day.
Self-love is very important.
Yeah, definitely. Like and I
want to say that, but I definitely want you to touch on a topic about meditation because a lot of people literally have been saying like, "Hey man, I'll be thinking for 1 minute and then I'm." Going back and forth, and don't get me wrong, I've done some TED Talks. I watched some TED Talks. Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people actually like say great things about meditation and collect all the thoughts that's coming in and all that. Yeah. I'm not no big meditation guy. But I definitely try. I think the longest I've done it was like 5 minutes. But I did get peace within those 5.
Yeah, and that's the thing, meditation and with how we were talking about the Jay Shetty podcast. Like they were talking about that, like meditation doesn't have to be like you don't have to sit down and close your eyes and meditate the way everybody else meditates. Meditation can be like writing, or it can be like for me it's painting, it's drawing, you know, like creating something where you have, you know, you're full. Because I have ADHD, so I like my mind is never quiet, you know. Or if you are gonna meditate, you know, where you sit down, you close your eyes, your goal shouldn't be to make your mind quiet. That's when you're supposed to like observe your thoughts. You observe your thoughts without judgment, you know, like, and not trying to control like what you got going on up here. Like just let it flow, you know, and not, because I know it gets hard when, especially if you do have like a monkey mind, it's like, I just want you to shut the fuck up, you know? Sure. You know, but it's like, that's when you let it flow, you know, and when you do it over time, it does make your mind quiet. Like it's, spirituality within itself is a momentum, like it's a muscle that you have to work on. And meditation doesn't necessarily have to be like a spiritual practice. It can just be like an anti-anxiety thing. It can just be for your mental health, you know? Sure. You can do guided meditations. You can do a walking meditation, where those are fire as fuck too, especially if you're doing it for like spiritual reasons, or you're just trying to ground yourself. Like leave your phone in your house or in your car.
I learned about that the other day.
Yeah, just leave, like don't bring your phone with you and go take a walk outside. and really pay attention to the trees, like, you
There's
know,
science behind it for real, like.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. A lot of the shit that people think is like woo woo, like like woo woo spiritual, like hippie bitch tree hugger, yeah, witchcraft shit. Like there's some type of like scientific backing behind it, especially if you want to like numerology, you know, or even, you know, people talk about energy, like auras, like that shit, like that's scientific. You know, like that's some like quantum physics shit. Like that's real. It's not. True. It's not some like fake spiritual shit.
But a lot of people be trying to confuse the universe with God. You know, trying to replace
it's
that.
Not the same.
It's not the same.
No, and that's the thing. No matter how spiritual I get, or no matter what I practice, I feel like some people have a hard time understanding that you can be spiritual, or you can have a different cultural spiritual practice and still believe in God, and still believe that there is like only one God. A lot of people think, and you know, I don't like to get into the whole, like, I don't be arguing with people about it. You know, I'm like, okay, like whatever, because I used to have a lot of people who would like try and condemn me, especially like a lot of like Christians and stuff, who would try to condemn me for my spiritual practices. But again, like most people who have like a different spiritual background or a different practice, it's cultural. You know, it's not just, or, you know, sometimes things happen in life and then they find that path and it has nothing to do with their background and their culture. But for most people, and then it's, you know, how you grow up too, because if you grow up in a predominantly Christian, you know, environment, most likely that's what you're going to practice, and that's the path, and if it's for you, it's for you.
True.
You know, but my family is more, especially like my mom's side of the family, they're more spiritual, you know, not really religious. And same thing with my dad's side of the family, nobody's really, and you know, I grew up with friends who, I have friends who are like Rastafari, you know, I have friends that are Buddhist, like, you know, but my bestest friend on this whole entire planet, she's Christian, you know, and like that's been a thing where we've always been able to coexist with each other when it comes to our different spiritual beliefs, you know. But I've also had people who are Christian who haven't been able to do that, and it's caused like friction in a way, you know, like how I was saying they would condemn me, but it's like, it really just depends on your life experience, the type of people that and you know, also too, I also believe everybody is born to have a certain path. Like some people are supposed to be Christian and that's why it feels right to them. Some people are supposed to be Buddhist, that's why it feels right to them, you know. And I've been in other people's like environments or homes where they have different belief systems, you know, or they have a different cultural practice, or they'll have altars, you know, they'll have, you know, and it's like that stuff has always intrigued me, you know, because that type of stuff is part of my path. Like I never look at it and judge it, you know, especially when you have people, even outside of spirituality and religion, just people who live different lives, like outside of you, who live lives that aren't, you know, there's people who say like, oh, like the way you live your life or your lifestyle is like fucked up or whatever, but it's not really fucked up to me. It's different than how I live my life, but that doesn't make it wrong, you know?
True.
So it's really just about your perspective and how you choose to look at things, you know, because some people are like, my way or my belief is the only way, and if you don't believe this, then like you're wrong. And it's like, that's not how life works, you know, like that's, and you have to be open-minded. You have to, if you're, especially on an astrological standpoint, like the energies that we're heading into, if you're not open-minded, like this world is gonna beat your ass. Like you're not gonna make it. Like emotionally, mentally, spiritually, you're not going to make it. And I feel like a lot of people think that being open-minded means that they have to switch what they believe in And I think what it is they get scared. Like, okay, what if I do become open-minded to what this person believes in, or this person believes in, or how they live their life, and I realize that, you know, I haven't been living my life to my fullest truth, you know, and that scares people, you know. But then if you're being authentic to yourself, you can see in how you live your life, you can see other people who live their life a certain way and not feel like you need to rearrange your shit, you know. So it's really just being authentic to yourself. That's really what it is.
Number one key.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's definitely a lot of knowledge. It's a lot of time. There's a lot of people out here definitely that have different point of views, and you can't get mad at nobody's opinion.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. Do I need to like have this here or?
Oh, you was cool like that.
Okay.
If you get cold, I can shut that window just in case.